All right, so I don't do intros, so we're just gonna jump straight into this. The reason this video is being made is simply because I'm lazy. I don't feel like editing, and that's pretty much it. But let's get into the episode. As we talked about in the stream yesterday, I was not a fan of it, but I had done a rewatch, and the episode was actually a lot better than it was a lot better on the rewatch.
Mm. I
So
had a similar kind of. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say just initial thoughts before we like dive deep into everything.
Okay. So when everyone was talking about how it was like the best episode of ReZero, okay, well, let me give the backstory. When I read the light novel, I thought this backstory was like amazing, just because of like
No, you said you
I
hated
think
it.
no, I never hated it. I thought I would like the backstory. Yeah, because I remember when I was talking to Rex a while back, and he was telling me how like Subaru gets like real character development like in Arc 4. So when I got to this flashback and you got to see like Subaru's mindset, like him slowly going in despair, becoming like this. All right, man, I'm late for school. I guess I go. And it's like 12 noon, and I'm too late. I don't want to go no more. And he just don't even get out of bed no more. And it's like those kind of characterization moments I really enjoyed in the light novel. In the anime, they and back to anime, they try to put these moments in there, and I felt the emotion. I felt the kind of like emotion of it, but I felt the anime couldn't deliver to the light novel's expectations. But I still think it was a good episode though.
Okay, so yeah, this is okay. So I agree, and I enjoyed the obviously the web novels version a lot more. But okay, so I guess we'll just get into like the whole thing. So pretty much, actually I had got like a comment when I woke up, and they were saying, wait, let me actually like get this comment so I can make sure I can know what I'm talking about. But it was like he basically said my expectations for the episode. Corey, yeah, Corey France. He basically said my opinion. He was like, yo, my opinion is like actually stupid. I was like, all right, okay, I can see where you come from. And he's like, I had too high of an expectation, especially I think, like first of all, I am that guy. Whereas like, all right, this is not related to the source material. I accepted that I am that guy. If it's not
Yeah,
1 to 1, I was like, all right. But at the same time, I can separate my own bias from like the episode. So
yeah,
I'm watching the episode. I was like, all right, I know everything's not gonna be 1 to 1. I'm not expecting that. Plus, I never read the actual source material for the anime. So I'm
mm,
watching. So when I'm watching, I'm like, all right, okay, it's not gonna be like the light novel, but I mean like the web novel, but I want something similar to it. And if it can't deliver it, it just is what it is, and I have to chalk that up to just it's whatever because I never read the original source material. So it's that's one thing that we talked about in the first discussion, where it's like it was me and Fox, and we said that we just have to like may not like it, but we have to understand it or accept it because we never read the source material, so we don't know what
mm,
happens in there. And so pretty much that's why I go into every episode like, all right, it's not gonna be the same like how I want it, but it's probably exactly how the source material did it. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. But as I'm watching on my first watch, I wasn't getting no type of emotion. And then, well, the filter thing, that's a personal nitpick. But like the filter they had in the backstory is kind of bothering me. But that's just some minor. It's not really something I would take away from the episode. But just the overall, the way that it flowed, I felt in the beginning, it didn't make me care for Subaru. It didn't to me. I didn't feel like it showed him being as in despair as they try to make it out to be.
yeah. I felt like the episode didn't like. I remember I was talking to the group about the episode, and I was like, I was trying to type this long dissertation about why I like the episode, but I was like, I'll just save it to like the review. So the one thing I feel the episode didn't do, it couldn't capture like it tried to build up his despair and then like have a big payoff at the end, but I felt like the build up wasn't there and the payoff didn't feel that because the build up wasn't there. If you get what I mean,
I
because it was like Subaru was like he slowly getting it was like so I feel like it should have been like my personally I feel like the episode should have been like an episode and a half
yeah.
because we needed more of a Subaru's like daily life like actually seeing him like being compared to his dad like seeing the emotional state he was going through
I mean, I
because
wouldn't.
it kind of feels
Oh,
but
my bad. But I wouldn't say like the build up wasn't necessarily there, but I felt like the build up was it's kind of like what Drit said. I feel like the build up was very half-assed.
Yeah, because the only big moment we get is like when Super we talk to that guy that old man. He's like, hey, it's a Monday. Why are you not in school? And then you see Subaru's like pain and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like I kind of relate to like overall it was I kind of relate to that. But I feel like we needed more to get into Subaru's like this will be Subaru like overcoming his past, going through it like everything up to now is like in the ReZero world is like him overcoming that. And I felt like we didn't get enough to see his like past to justify him overcoming it as easily, not easily, but as well as he did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, like, after I finished the episode, I was like, all right, this, like, it was okay. I didn't even think like it was good. I thought it was just man. And so I thought I was the only person. I was seeing everyone else on Twitter saying they loved it. YouTube saying they loved it. They cried. I'm like, I didn't feel anything. And so I thought it was like, I don't know. I just felt I was trying like not to do the whole thing where I was comparing it. But even
Yeah.
still, when I looked at it from like an anime only perspective, I'm like, bro, how did y'all actually like this episode? And so I thought I was going crazy because I thought I was the only person that just couldn't understand. But then when I finally seen, when I finally seen Dritz, who, and also this goes with Chibologist and Q as well, because they didn't like the episode that much either. And goes to Swiggity as well, but they read the source material. But when I see someone like Dritz who said that he wasn't a big fan of the episode, who's an anime only, I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only person that's seen that this. It wasn't bad, but it was not as good as everyone
Yeah.
makes it out to be. But however,
Yeah.
though, I'll go.
No, no, go. I'll let you go.
No, but pretty much I was gonna say on the second watch though, I can when I was watching the second time, I can definitely see now where people are coming from. I felt that the emotions were there for because my biggest like complaint was that I didn't think Subaru dad handled his situation with Subaru well. But now I see him like, all right, no, I'm fine. The way that Kenichi handled Subaru, I thought was perfectly fine. But now I feel that the build up for Subaru being in despair wasn't as was oh shit wasn't done as well.
Yeah. Because I had a similar because like I thought I was gonna end this episode. I thought when he leaves to go back to school, I thought it was gonna be that flashback where like he's in class. Okay, well even in this episode they flashback certain moments that was in like the web novel, like the moment when he's in class after missing like 3 months of school, he comes back and then he tries to make that joke, that
Mm-hmm.
dark humor joke, and no one gets it, and he feels like so much isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like little stuff like that like helps build it up. But overall, I actually I ain't read it like I ain't watch it 2 times like you did. I watched that 1 time, and I did get a little emotional when Subaru and his dad was talking, and he was talking. Subaru was talking about like how like I wanted you guys to hate me and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then like when he was tearing up to his dad, I kind of felt that though.
I,
And his dad was saying like his dad basically like like, are you stupid or something? You're my son, man.
yeah. I on the second watch I enjoyed it a lot more, and I was
Mm.
able to like. Well, I mean, I can sort of relate to Superman. I think that's why like a lot of people think who people. I feel like when people find people that hate this episode, they always kind of immediately jump to, oh, you can't since you can't relate, since you hate it, or you can't understand what Subaru is going through. Like, no, I can understand it, but that don't mean I'm forced to sympathize with it or I have to like it.
Yeah, because I think people, I don't know if it was an author said this or somebody said this. Someone said that when you're making a character, you want people to I don't know. I've got either you want characters to empathize with somebody, if you want characters to empathize with the character, not sympathize with the character. Because if your characters only sympathize with, you can only relate to you can only relate sympathize with characters that you have innate, like you can feel yourself in their shoes. But if you empathize with a character, you're able to understand like even though the action may be wrong, you're able to see where they're coming from. Like kind of like Dofi. Like most people can't sympathize with Dofi, but you can empathize with him because you see what drove him to be the way he is.
Yeah, like the example I always give is like I understand Berserk is well written, but it's still
Mm-hmm.
like not my favorite series ever because I just like I understand it, but I don't care. Like it's just
Yeah,
it's something that personally with my personal quirks as my own human being, it doesn't align with it. But I can't understand why someone would love it. Same as with this episode. I understand why people would cry, but
Mm.
it didn't captivate me as it did everyone else. And my problems, as I said, was I felt that it was missing just a bit more oomph on the build up and how
Mm.
and we being able or us being able to see how Subaru really felt about like no how not how he felt about it but how much like him not going to school, how much his depression weighed on his mental state.
Yeah. I think one of the things they did very well was the whole like Subaru's like whole mindset when like he was a kid, he was like the fastest kid in the world, and he was like, all right, bet that's my thing. I'm the fastest kid at school. And then when he got into middle school, he wasn't the fastest kid no more. He was like in fourth or third, and he was like, I'm not the fastest kid anymore. So I guess I got to do something else to make myself stand out.
See,
And then it's go. I'll
yeah,
go ahead.
no, it's my bad. But honestly, when I first watched it, I didn't like that at all. But I don't know when it comes to that part, I'm I'm able to I guess sympathize with a lot more.
Mm.
But it's something. It's just something feels off when I see that part for me. I don't know why. I guess I think I came up with it because it was the fact that he was being compared to his dad,
Yeah.
but I didn't feel like those flashbacks related anything to his dad.
Okay, I can see that point. I can see that point because
Like,
I feel like his dad was built up as this big this his dad was built up as like this greater than life person who was just like perfect and everything, but we don't really see it in the episode. So it's
that
like they're just showing us, they're just telling us that oh his dad
no
was a
no,
great person, his dad was
I don't
perfect.
have a problem with that though. My
Hmm.
thing is I felt that those flashbacks of Subaru as a kid didn't relate to anything that had to do with his father, or at least if they did, it was such a minimal amount that I could not like I guess empathize with.
Okay, see, I disagree because I think that the flashbacks was basically showing so this how I remember. In Subaru's mind, he was not he was Kenichi's son. So like him being first place was like, all right, bet that's
Okay.
Kenichi's son, first place in running. And then like it kept after that failed, he was like, all right, bet I got to do my next thing. And then he was trying to be more rambunctious, more loud. And it was like, yep, that's Kenichi's son, always being the best at something. And then as soon as he lost everything that he was good at, the depression kind of like wait. That's why it kept going in his mind,
Okay.
and he just wait on him, wait on him, wait on him.
Okay, I understand now. I can
Yeah.
agree. It's just like I was just kind of like my initial like because I like the flashbacks and everything. I liked it, but I to me I
Mhm.
at first I didn't think I didn't see how they related to Kenichi.
Mm.
But now I get what you mean though now.
Yeah.
But I guess like the next thing to talk about is the Naoko stuff. You gonna go?
No.
I mean I don't really have much to say.
Nah. No, but not his dog's mom.
Yeah, this is mom.
I ain't gonna lie. That part I kind of like zoned that in and out of that part.
I,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of zoned in there.
I watched it twice and that did.
Yeah.
Like pretty much when he got done talking to his dad, that's when I paused the episode and just went to go do everything, other things, everything else. But then I watched it, and yeah, it was a nice scene, and that's pretty much all I can say. I the emotions that I guess people want you to feel, it's just I can't feel them,
Mm.
and so like I understand like that scene where his mom tells him stop. Well, she doesn't necessarily stop, but it's like if you go like find yourself along this path of you trying to be your father and I. And so I liked it, but as I said, I don't necessarily sympathize with it. So I
Yeah.
guess you can say I can empathize with it and I understand it. I don't necessarily sympathize and this doesn't necessarily get me emotional. And things like I relate to what Subaru is going through, not necessarily 100%, but
Mm.
like for instance, like with him being compared to his dad, like I don't have that problem being compared to my dad, but
Mm.
the way that like he gets over like him being compared to his dad through the help of other people. Whereas like with me, I don't need other people to help me get through things. I do everything on my own, so I can't necessarily relate to that, but I can understand where he's coming from. But still, even with that relatability, it still didn't help me feel any more emotion for Subaru.
Okay. Before we get to the mom stuff, let me go back to the dad stuff real quick. I think one moment that was very good is like when Super talk about like his time in like the ReZero world with his dad. He was like, "Hey, Dad, and when I'm in the ReZero world, I'm not looked at as Kenichi's son. I'm looked at as Natsuki Subaru. I'm my own person." And the people like Rim and Amelia talking to him like talking about
Mm-hmm.
how great a person. They don't see you. They actually see me for a person, and I really that really hit with me because it's like, dang man, the only time he actually gets to be his own person is in this new world.
Oh
Like when
yeah,
everybody like well himself.
yeah, yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh, also, go ahead.
now you go.
All right. Also, with the mom thing, when you was talking about the mom thing, I kind of remember some of the moments with her. So I think one of the moments that really stuck out to me with the mom was like when she was saying like even though kids think their parents don't understand, your parents actually
Oh
look at like
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
you actually think yeah
Yeah, when she was
because
telling him, she realizes everything, even though he don't know.
yeah and, and it's like dang man like even though you think your mom don't know and honestly she do know and she just don't she just like a super mom but she know how to like address him in a way and get him over it in her own way she was like lost and didn't know what to do
Mm-hmm.
and so sometimes that's something that parents have to go through like you just don't know how to help your child that's probably one of the most scariest things you can go through as a parent
Yeah,
like you see them hurt and you just want to help them
but I think what was at the mom thing, pretty much he meets at Jidona. I guess that be pretty much be the end. There ain't really nothing happened there. But I guess because it's kind of going on for a while. But well, you go with your final thoughts and I'll go.
okay. Overall, I think it was a pretty good episode. I think the effects I actually like the effects because it kind of alluded to like Amelia being a big part of his thing because it was like white and purple. It was like blurry.
Mm-hmm.
So when Amelia did show up, it made kind of sense why the effects was that way. And I think it was overall a pretty good episode. Overall, pretty good episode. I can see why people love it. I also see why people like just didn't like think it earned the moment that it tried to set up.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
But yeah.
well, yeah, yeah. As for me, on the first watch, I did not enjoy the episode nearly
Mm.
as much. Actually, nowhere near as much as everyone else did. As I said in the discussion, I thought it was very meh. But on the second watch, it really did hit. Oh shit, I'm trying to burp. But on the second watch, it did hit a lot more. It was a lot better. It I still don't see it as being as great as everyone else made it out to be. Well, I understand why they made it like that, but to me, it wasn't as great like that, and it's still not for me like the top episodes of ReZero. But I can understand why they come to that consensus. But overall, it was a really good episode. I'm still on my stance as I said that it was not as tearjerker I felt as everyone made it out to be, but it was still nonetheless a very good episode.
Yep. How would you rank the ReZero episode so far?
To my, all the second season.
Yeah, second season. Yeah, second season.
Uh, episode one was the best.
Mm.
Um, episode four is still the worst. Episode three is the second best, and so episode two is the second worst.
Okay. See, for me, I think this episode might be the best episode of ReZero. And I think after this episode, the next best episode, episode one, and then probably three, and then two.
Wait, so you have four, one, three, two and three, or three and two. So you
Two
saying
is the
this?
weakest.
So you saying this the best one?
I think it's the best episode so far.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this one and one are like this one are like the two best episodes of ReZero so far.
Yeah, yeah. Now I think about it, yeah. I'll put four over two because two had absolutely nothing in it.
Yeah.
But hey, as I said, I guess we can end this off. Overall, great episode. Now, especially on the second watch, it was really good. And yes, your final words.
Yeah. Read Epo. Hajime no Ippo. Ippo season. Shadowbox Imperial on the move. Let's get it.
Nobody's reading Epo. No one's reading
Ooh.
1,300 chapters.
Of heat. You can't read. You get so much heat you gotta be touching, man. Touch
But
hard.
I hope you all have enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and I guess goodbye.